Good morning, internet family. I've got something good for us today. So, this is the Bible I've got in my hand right now, so it's the one I'm reading out of. It is a Message translation. Psalm 145, 3 and 4. God is magnificent. He can never be praised enough. There are no boundaries to his greatness. Generation after generation stands in awe of your work. Each one tells stories of your mighty act. So the verse that came to my mind when I actually started my prayer today, that brought me to read that one, was, "For he is great and greatly to be praised." So I found myself in this temptation this morning to focus on who God was to me. I started my prayer time, and a lot of times I jump in and I don't really know. I don't like being routine. I don't like getting stuck in a rut and it becoming just a ritual where I'm not actually fellowshipping with my Father. So I broke out my journal and I wound up just going on about who God is and how amazing he is. And I found myself focusing on myself, as in what he's done for me and what he's done in my life and who he is to me. Not that he's ever any different God to anyone else, but he shows different parts of his character to different people and in different seasons of our life. He's the comforter, he's the protector, he's the redeemer, he's the miracle, he's all of these things, but we see different parts of him, much like my students see a different part of me than they do my husband does, and so on and so forth. But it dawned on me, and this is a little bit encouraged by the devotion that I read before I started praying, but that God is not limited to what he has done for me. God is not limited to what he has done for you. And that blows my mind, because personally, the things that God has done for me and who he has been to me alone, just in my world, in my sphere, and in my life, the things that I know of God are endless. I can look back to the times that my life was godless as far as my own perception and my own behavior and lifestyle. And I can look back now and see where he was. I can look back now and see where he was still good, see where he was still saving and rescuing me, even when I was denying him. I can see him in every moment of my life being the good father that he is, and the multitude of things that he has done for me. I couldn't even begin to count them. I mean, in all honesty, I don't think I could ever, if I sat down and dedicated the rest of my life to counting what God has done for me, I don't think I could do it. And then it dawned on me, like, so I'm not the first person to exist that God has cared for. And I'm also not the only person that exists right now that God cares for. There are thousands of years and millions of people that God created individually, specifically, with purposes. And this one gets me every time too. And I don't think we're meant to understand. I know we're not meant to understand God. Our human brains are not capable of understanding God and how he works. Not all the way, not fully, because here's this concept. So I've got friends in Uganda, right? And how we've wound up being friends. They're my family. How they wound up being even in my life at all is all, one, you could call it happenstance, or I call it God. Just a random person that I didn't know but saw frequently, and we wound up going on a coffee date, which was so weird for both of us. And now we're really close, and now I've met these people through her and her family and all these things, and there's this connection from across the world from each other. I have family in Uganda now. That's insane. And the things that I know the Lord is going to do through this relationship with these people, it's not even our plan, it's his plan. And then thinking about that, and thinking about how, stretching all the way across the world, he has done each moment of my life to put me exactly at the right place at exactly at the right time to connect with someone else who he has done the same thing with, putting them in exactly the right places at exactly the right times to connect people across the world together. And he doesn't just do that with me and them, he does that with you, and he does that with everyone else. And he has connected not just each moment of our lives up to these points for his purpose, but every single moment of everyone's life before us, around us. Wow. It's unfathomable thinking about Okay, I'm a micromanager sometimes. I've told you guys this many times. I'm a bit of a, I have a control issue a lot, and I'm working on it. Um, but I can't imagine. I can't wrap my mind around that. It's not even, most time when I see something that's, so laid out so well and plans that are executed so perfectly, it's satisfying to me. But when I think about that, I can't wrap my mind around it. It is mind blowing. There is no way that any human mind could ever even grab the concept of how everything is connected. Every person, every heart, every thought, every circumstance. And another beautiful thing about that is that even in the hardships and trials and the things that the world brings on us, the things the enemy attacks us with, things that I've brought on myself and that you might have brought on yourself, um, it's not that God ordains those things. He's not the author of those things, but he knows they're going to happen. He knows the future. He knows that he's given us free will, and he knows what we're going to do with it, and he already knows how he's going to work that for our good. He already knows how he's going to take all of the stuff that we did that he wouldn't have chosen for us to do, but he's going to work it out for something, for his chosen people to do something that is kingdom, God's kingdom. So when I think about all of that, it's, I quickly lose the temptation to focus on who God is to me, because I know he's bigger than that. As big as God is to me, and as perfect as God is to me, he's not limited to that. As big as God is to you, and as perfect as God is to you, he's not limited to that. There are millions of us right now, and there have been millions and millions and millions of us before us that have experienced the same God. He's always been good. He's always been faithful. He's always been sovereign. So I'm going to read this one more time. Psalm 145, verses 3 and 4. God is magnificent. He can never be praised enough. There are no boundaries to his greatness. Generation after generation stands in awe of your work. Each one tells stories of your mighty acts. So, y'all have a terrific Thursday, and I love you all.